Los Blancos fans, welcome back. Today we've got some major stories to cover, including an injury crisis before the Mallorca match, Rodrigo's explosive response to transfer rumors, and Carlo Ancelotti's surprising plans for his Brazil coaching staff. Plus, we'll analyze what all this means for Madrid's upcoming fixtures. If you enjoy staying updated on Real Madrid, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's dive into today's biggest stories. Real Madrid's injury. Problems continue to mount as they prepare to face RCD Mallorca at the Santiago Bernabéu tonight. Carlo Ancelotti is already dealing with a severely depleted squad, and now the situation has worsened. Earlier today, the club confirmed that goalkeeper Andriy Lunin had to be removed from the squad after suffering a knock during training. But that's not all. In another major blow, Brahim Diaz has been ruled out due to discomfort in his left adductor. Diaz, who was expected to start alongside Kylian Mbappé in attack tonight, has reportedly been struggling with this discomfort since the El Clasico defeat last weekend. The medical team has decided not to risk aggravating the injury, meaning the Moroccan international will miss not only tonight's game, but likely this weekend's clash against Sevilla as well. According to club sources, the plan is for Brahim to return for the final La Liga match against Real Sociedad, essentially giving him time to properly recover before the season wraps up. This puts Real Madrid in a precarious position, with reportedly 12 first-team players unavailable for tonight's match against Mallorca. The Brazilian duo of Rodrigo Goes and Vinicius Jr. are also among the absentees, leaving Ancelotti with limited attacking options. The situation is so severe that it potentially puts Madrid at risk of violating competition rules, which require teams to field at least 7 first-team players at all times. Ancelotti has been forced to call up several Castilla players to fill the bench, and he'll need to manage his lineup and substitutions very carefully tonight. After the disappointing 4-3 defeat to Barcelona, Los Blancos will be desperate to return to winning ways, but these injury concerns certainly don't make that task any easier. In transfer news, Real Madrid forward Rodrigo Goes has emphatically dismissed speculation linking him with a move to the Premier League. The Brazilian took to social media with a clear four-word message: "Stop making things up." Reports from Spanish media had suggested that Rodrigo was unsettled at Madrid following Kylian Mbappé's arrival this summer. Despite making nearly the same number of appearances as last season, he's just 1 game short of the 51 he racked up in the previous campaign. His status in the squad has reportedly diminished. This apparent frustration was highlighted earlier this season when Rodrigo himself commented, "I'm just filling spaces. Is someone missing there? Put Rodrigo in." This quote fueled speculation about his happiness at the club. Some Spanish outlets went as far as claiming that Rodrigo had already accepted his future lies elsewhere, with others even suggesting he was refusing to play for the remainder of the season, claims which the player has now firmly rejected. According to reports, several Premier League giants have been monitoring the situation closely. Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are said to have the most concrete interest in the versatile forward, while Manchester United and Chelsea are also keeping tabs on developments. However, Rodrigo's social media post suggests he remains committed to Real Madrid. Alongside his denial of the transfer rumors, he wrote, "Thank you for all your messages and concerns. I'll be back soon." The post appeared to show him recovering in a hyperbaric chamber, indicating he's focused on returning to fitness for Madrid rather than seeking an exit. With Mbappé's arrival and rumors that incoming manager Xabi Alonso, who's expected to replace Ancelotti, might target Bayer Leverkusen star Florian Wirtz, questions about Rodrigo's long-term place in the team will likely persist. But for now, the Brazilian has made his position clear. He's not looking to leave the Spanish capital. Our third story focuses on departing manager Carlo Ancelotti and his plans for the Brazilian national team. According to CNN Brazil, Ancelotti is eager to bring former Real Madrid star Kaká on board as his assistant manager when he takes over the Seleção this summer. Ancelotti's move to Brazil will mark his first-ever adventure as a national team coach, with the Italian set to be replaced by Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. His agreement with the Brazilian Football Federation runs through next year's World Cup and beyond. The legendary coach has already begun shaping his staff for the Brazil job, with many positions reportedly already filled. However, he's still working on convincing Ballon d'Or winner Kaká to join his technical team. Ancelotti and Kaká know each other well from their time together at AC Milan in Serie A, where they enjoyed tremendous success. Their existing relationship could be key in persuading the former Brazilian playmaker to step into a coaching role. This potential appointment would create an interesting dynamic, as Ancelotti would have the opportunity to work with current Madrid stars like Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., and Eder Militão in the Brazilian national team setup, while potentially having another Madrid legend in Kaká by his side. For Madrid fans, seeing their beloved Don Carlo move on will be bittersweet, but his desire to bring in familiar faces from the club's history shows his continued connection to Los Blancos, even as he embarks on this new chapter in his illustrious career. With so many players sidelined, especially in attack, Carlo Ancelotti faces a significant tactical challenge for the upcoming fixtures. Normally, Madrid's attacking trident of Vinicius, Rodrigo, and Mbappé provides the perfect balance of speed, creativity, and finishing. However, with the Brazilian duo unavailable and Brahim Diaz now also ruled out, Ancelotti will need to get creative with his attacking setup. One option could be to shift Jude Bellingham into a more advanced role, similar to how he operated earlier in the season when he was scoring so prolifically. This would potentially mean a midfield trio of Toni Kroos, Federico Valverde, and Eduardo Camavinga, with Bellingham supporting Mbappé in attack. Alternatively, Ancelotti might give an opportunity to some of Madrid's young talents from La Fábrica who have been called up. The defensive line is likely to remain consistent with Dani Carvajal, Antonio Rudiger, and Ferland Mendy, but the balance of the team will be significantly altered without their usual attacking stars. The next few games will be crucial for Madrid to maintain their position at the top of La Liga after the disappointing El Clásico result. How Ancelotti navigates this injury crisis could ultimately define the final stretch of his tenure at the club before he hands over the reins to Xabi Alonso. Looking at the bigger picture, these stories highlight the challenges of transition that Real Madrid is facing. The club is dealing with not just an immediate injury crisis, but also preparing for a significant coaching change and potential squad evolution. The injury situation, while concerning in the short term, may actually provide valuable opportunities for Madrid's younger players to gain experience. However, it does raise questions about the physical demands being placed on top players in an increasingly congested fixture calendar. Rodrigo's situation is particularly interesting. His public denial of transfer rumors suggests loyalty, but his earlier comments about just filling spaces reveal a player who wants a defined role. With Mbappé's arrival and potentially Wirtz joining under Alonso, Madrid's attack could become even more crowded. The club's management will need to carefully balance their star-studded squad to keep everyone satisfied. As for Ancelotti, his desire to bring Kaká into his Brazil setup demonstrates his preference for working with familiar faces he trusts. This approach has served him well throughout his career, and it could help him adapt more quickly to international management. That wraps up today's biggest Real Madrid stories. To recap, the injury crisis deepens with Brahim Diaz ruled out ahead of the Mallorca clash, Rodrigo firmly denies Premier League transfer rumors, and Carlo Ancelotti hopes to bring Kaká into his Brazil coaching staff. What are your thoughts on these developments? Do you think Rodrigo should remain at Madrid despite the competition for places? And how should Ancelotti handle tonight's match with so many players unavailable? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for daily Real Madrid updates and turn on notifications so you never miss our content. That's all for today. Please leave your comments below and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.